Hi, my creative friends. I don't know about you, but I love Easter. And today I'm going to show you how to put together these two super cute Easter cards. The first one, we have a cute little lamb running through the meadow, super cute, and lots of pretty flowers and layers. And then we also have this Happy Easter chick card. Again, more beautiful flowers, sweet little Easter chick. And both of these are great for gifting at Easter time. They can be framed, and they just make a great little gift to give to those people that you care about at this time of year. So let's get started. The first card I'm going to show you today, how to put it together, is a really sweet Happy Easter little lamb Shadowbox card. And I have already cut out my pieces. I like to lay them out just to make sure that I have everything and it's set up correctly, and that I have all the pieces, especially on one like this because there's a few tiny little pieces. I've already glued down my my words. You can use vinyl or paper. I tried to design all my cards to use paper. I don't use vinyl very often. I probably should, but I do like to keep everything simple, or as simple as possible. This is a little more complex than a couple of my other Easter cards. It just has a few other elements that have to be layered. So I hope that you will enjoy putting this together and giving it away over Easter. So on this card, I actually am going to put a printed or colored background from some scrap paper that I have. I thought this was really cute, and I just happen to have it. And I don't normally do that. Sometimes I do. And I know there are a lot of people out there who make cards and they go all out. I used to do that some, but since I've started designing for online purposes, I try to keep it simple just so that I can get more product out there for you to use and to modify it or to jazz it up however you would like. Because you can use distress inks and glitter and all the different things. But this one I'm going to keep fairly simple. So I've got my background glued down, and then I'm going to glue down the grass layer, which is the green layer. Looks like I missed a couple of cutouts. That's okay. And you can pop this up with pop dots if you would like. This bottom layer, I'm just going to glue it down and make sure I get plenty of glue on there. They usually stay together pretty well without too much glue, but my glue is getting down to the last of the bottle. All right, so there's the grass layer. Oh, that looks cute already. Okay, and next I have the Happy Easter layer, which is going to go on top of that. So I am going to use pop dots for that. I like these smaller ones. I just got these off Amazon, and they are really nice. They hold up well. They are tiny, so if you have big fingers, you might not like them so much, but I like them because you don't see too much of the white showing through on the layers, and especially if you don't get it too close to the edge. And I do like to put dots in each corner and along the longer edges so that it supports it and it stays popped up. All right. So I'm going to try to line that up. I just kind of tilt it up a little bit until I'm ready to press it down. The computer all the time. All right, so this is the layer that gets a little tricky trickier than the rest. So let's start with the little lamb, and I have it sort of put together, but these little earpieces are the ones that I'm going to have to work with a little on it. So I'm going to start with the background, which is the brown, and just glue it down, and it should match up exactly to the outline that's on that top layer. And there we go. Whoop. Looks good. And then I'm going to take the layer that has the little face on it, and that goes next. Get some more there. And then this just lines up at the top so that you can see his little hooves. Okay, so then we got that one. And then I'm going to glue down his body, his little fluffy lamb body, his fleece. I think little lambs are so cute and perfect for Easter. Something a little different than the bunny. Okay, so that goes like that. Looks like he has a little beard almost. And then I'm going to do the little ear pieces. So this ear is just slightly bigger than this one. So I'm going to use a slightly bigger earpiece, and I'm going to put it just kind of centered in there. And some of the part on his head may cover it up, but that's perfectly fine. So this is going to go like right about there. And then the other one, I'll put the pointed edge towards the inside. So like on this one, I can pick it up. It's going to go like this. And even if you do it the other way, that's fine too, because it's so small. It's going to look fine either way. So just try to center it kind of in that area. And then this, you have to look at it to see kind of like if you've had it flipped, it might not fit correctly. So make sure like these bigger little curls or whatever you want to call those are at the bottom. The little scallops. And then this goes just like that. Super cute. All right, so then I'm going to glue down my flowers. And the light lavender flower goes over here. And I just take these and make sure that they line up the way they should with the petals. It should be good no matter how you do it. But I noticed on this bigger one that it's off just a bit unless I turn it. So you might have to fiddle with it just a little bit. All right, so then I have the leaves, and I've got 2 layers for the leaves. And this is going to go here, the bigger leaf on that outside edge. So let me glue that down. Y'all know me, I like to use my tweezers. It just makes it easier to get the things lined up where you want it. Make sure that's turned the correct way. And glue that top part of the leaf down. Smush it over a bit. And And then I'm going to glue the purple, whoops, purple layer down on the yellow. Make sure that it looks like it's going to line up just so. That one turned out pretty good. And then this one is going to go about like that. Now it may, I mean, you might have to, again, fiddle with it, but even if you don't put it exactly on there, it's going to look just fine. That's just a guideline. Okay. So there's that. Make sure that's stuck down good. And then this one, I'm going to start with the leaf on the bottom. And this one is going to go just like that. So the bigger leaf, wait, is that right? No, it goes this way. Sorry. Okay, so the bigger leaf goes here and the smaller one points down. And if you get confused or can't remember, just look at the original design before you pull it apart to cut it, and maybe take a screenshot, or no, screenshot is probably the easiest thing to do, and then that way you have that to reference and make sure that you put everything in the correct place. And then I'm going to put this bigger leaf over that. There we go. Cute. And on this one, the bigger flower, which you can kind of see the little edges of that bigger flower right here. You can put it on top or bottom, either one. On the original design, I had it underneath the smaller flower. So first I'm going to make sure my flower lines up. It's off just a smidge. So I'm going to turn it. There we go. That's much better. And then I'm just going to put some glue down on the, oops, on the petals. That is going to go just like that. Okay. And then this flower will go right about there. I don't know why this keeps moving around. The glue's not quite dry. There we go. And again, if you're used to making cards, you know that you can use any of those cool embellishments that you have stuck away somewhere. Like you could put some really cute centers in the flowers. You could use glitter paper, all kinds of options. Okay, same thing for this little one. Just try to make sure it's, I don't know why these are off a little bit. I guess my flowers weren't exactly symmetrical. I may have hand drawn these. I probably did at some point. Okay, so anyway, but you can line it up if you just fiddle with it enough. And then I'm going to put glue on this one. This one's getting gunky. Let's try that now. That's better. And that one will go like this. Not quite. Ooh. Turn it just a tad. There we go. And then this flower will go right there. A little more glue. Uh-oh. There we go. So cute. Then we're going to do pop dots again and put that top layer on. All right, so now we're going to line these up as best we can. I just love this card. It's so cute. That little lamb, he's just precious. Oh, I got it off just a bit. Let's see if I can fix that. Very carefully. Let's straighten it up just a tad. There we go. Much better. All right. And there you have your little Happy Easter lamb card. Very, very cute. Love it. Okay, so this card is another Easter card, and it's just a little more complex than the others that I've done in this set. It's not difficult to put together. There's just a lot of pieces, so it's a little more involved. What I did is I've got all my pieces cut out, make sure that everything's there. And I cut out an extra piece from some paper that I had to give this one a background as well. I think I might start doing that more often. I really like how it gives just that little extra pop of color. And this one I am just, I'm going to just glue it to the back. Or sorry, not the back. I'm going to glue it to the front of the card and have that little extra background to give it some extra color. And I don't know about you guys, but I have like a really stupid amount of paper in my stash, which, I mean, I'm trying to use it, a lot of it, but yeah, I've got way too much. Okay, I think with this one, I'm going to wait on the layers and go ahead and put the smaller pieces together. There's quite a few of those. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And we'll start with a little chick. So I'm going to, I've got the black layer, the yellow, and then the white. So I'm just going to glue this together. This one I made it so that the eyes were already cut out and layered up, so you don't have to mess with that little tiny piece of eyes. There are some tiny pieces on here, but those were super tiny. Okay, this is the little egg base. And I'm going to put that on. And then his little top of his egg hat, where he's hatching. Okay. And then this was a trick somebody talked about the other day. These are teeny tiny little pieces, and I just have some washi tape, and to keep them from getting lost until I could glue it, I just stuck them on the washi tape, and I thought, well, that's pretty clever. So I'm going to take his little beak And that's going to go like right between his eyes, just like that. There we go. And just kind of estimate that looks pretty cute. And then his little cheeks are these little tiny, but not as tiny as his eyes, little pink pieces. And those are going to go, I like to put those like just on like kind of where these little points are on the beak, just to the side of that. Seems to be a good spot. And I don't need the washi tape anymore. And that's going to go right about there. So he's all ready. He's set. So I'll set him to the side. Go ahead, and these are the flowers. I suggested in my other video that if you're not sure where everything's going to go on the card, just take a screenshot before you get started, before you pull it apart in the Silhouette software or your whatever design software you're using. And that way you'll have that reference right there ready for you to look at. Okay, so this little bitty one, these are on the right side of the card. And I try to lay things out on my table just kind of on the side that they're going to be on the card, just to keep me from getting lost where I am, and also just making sure that I have all the pieces. Okay, and this is a 5x7 card, so it's just a little bit bigger than the other Easter cards I did in this group. Okay, let's go ahead and put these leaves together. I really enjoy Easter. I think it's probably one of my, well, next to Christmas, it's definitely my next favorite, if not my favorite holiday. I just love the spring in Texas here. It does not last very long, but it is beautiful. The weather is really nice, and the bluebonnets are out, and then of course it's that time of year where we celebrate Jesus's resurrection, which is, I mean, what's not to be happy about that, right? So, and we always, my family always gets together at Easter time, which I really love. I will have my adult children and their friends and my family this Easter, so I'm excited about that. I also got to do Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I was kind of worn out after Christmas, but I've had some time to recover, and I am happy that they're going to be here. Okay, so those are the leaves. Here we go. And on this one, I actually, my petal got cut off because I miscalculated where the piece of paper was on my cutting machine, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it anyway because it's going to get covered up. So hopefully you won't do that, but I'm going to use it because why not? Nobody's going to see it. I'm the only one, and I guess maybe you guys will know that I did that. Okay, so I'm going to just keep gluing these flowers together. And when we're done, we will start placing things on the actual card. All right, so now I have all those pieces glued together, and we are going to put the card together. So here's my front of my card, and I'm going to start with the little chick in the back. And I think I will do pop dots on this one. The ones I did before, I just glued it down, but I think I'll do the pop dots this time, just because he's super cute. And it's, you know, it's all personal preference. You can do it either way. I just hope that you'll, you know, however you do it, be happy with what you've done and realize that somebody is going to really appreciate the fact that you spent the time and effort to make something a little special for them. Okay, that is ready. Whoops. To be glued or stuck down there. Just try to line it up. Oops, not quite where I want it. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to glue down my little chick right on top of where this outline is. And I try to design the majority of my cards, or at least these Shadowbox cards, just like that, because it just makes it easy to know where everything goes. Okay. So he goes right there. And then look at your reference photo that you've taken a screenshot of. And sorry, I had to turn my computer screen this way so I could see it. So that big flower is going to go on the bottom like that. And you can kind of see the difference. There's little petals here and the bigger petals were down here. But just to double check, take a look at the screenshot you made or your computer. And this is going to go right there. Oh, already looks super cute. It just amazes me how sweet and cute these things can be when you get started on them. Okay, they just really look so different and they pop once they come off the screen, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to sit this one aside just for a sec while we put together this layer. So I'm going to put the leaves down first. This is the big one. So it's going to go here. And then these are exactly the same size. So one's going to go here and one is going to go right there. So I'm going to put those down first. There's that one. These, because of the layers, are going to really pop up on their own without any help, except for the glue. All right, and then based on my reference, this bigger flower is in the very back of the stack of flowers. So I'm going to put it down next. I want to make sure my cutoff petal is going to be hidden, so I'm going to put it down at the bottom. And then the lavender flower goes here. So I'll put that one next. It goes there. And then the dark pink flower is going to go on the bottom right corner of the big purple flower. You can kind of see where that goes. And I'm looking at my reference photo so that I know where it goes. Oh, I didn't glue that one down. Do that real quick. Missed it. Okay. And then there's two dark purple flowers that are small, and the smallest one goes right here on the right hand side. Right about there. Then I have this lighter pink flower. Next one in the stack. It goes here. And again, these don't have to be perfectly lined up. I mean, you can, it still looks really pretty, even though that little bit is poking through there. I get in a hurry sometimes, and I don't always line it up exactly, but you know, I'm trying really hard to not let my perfectionist self get in the way of doing something nice and pretty. That looks really pretty. See, what's so great about these cards is that if you left a layer out and wanted to do something different, you're on your own, you could easily, and it would still be really pretty. Really, really pretty card. Okay, so let's get our pop dots. See, these don't completely line up, but it's okay because it still looks great from the front. Okay, so now we're going to line up our card panels again and gently press those down. Oh, so cute. So cute already. All right, and I know I get excited over these cards. I just think they're so cool. And they really are one of my favorite things to make. I don't make as many of them as I would like. I'm trying, it's hard to balance sometimes. All the things there's so many things you can design and so many things you can create, and there's just never enough time to do all of it. And so I have to kind of plan when I'm going to do the cards, just so that I have time in my schedule. I have lots of commitments during the school year because of some volunteer things I do, and so I have a lot more time. Like, this is spring break week, so I was like, I'm making cards, and that's what I've been doing. My kids are grown and off on their own, so we don't typically plan our vacations around spring break anymore, which is kind of a relief actually. But yeah, I use like that time to do more of the things I really want to do, and just make sure I have time to do all the production and everything on the cards. Okay, last layer. Ugh, this one always gives me trouble. Okay, I think that lined up pretty good. We need to move it up just a tad. There we go. And there you have it. Oh, so cute. I love it. I hope you enjoyed making these cards with me. Here's the first one. Aren't they cute? So fun. And they make great little gifts to sit on the shelf, or you can even frame them afterwards and put them out again every year. They're just a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed those, and we will see you next time. Thanks for being here.